Welcome, everybody. This is the Awesome Games Done Quick 2025 video submission for Wazan's run of Disney's Untamed Any Percent Speedrun. Thank you very
Hello.
much. Our man here is going to be running any percent. The category is very breezy. He's not going to be saying too much. I'm going to be handling most of the commentary for him. So you'll get to see a number of different types of levels of varying different kinds. I'll be collecting a certain number of film reels. We'll explain what that means later. Probably means nothing to you right now. It'll make perfect sense what you see as the story progresses. It's any percent. It's very exciting. There's a lot of different, action that's going on. And I think it's going to be a blast. So, you ready to give it a spin, my man?
Oh yes, I'm ready to spin this game, and let's do this thing.
Awesome. All right. I'm going to give you the countdown if you're ready to go.
Okay,
So,
give me the countdown glass.
awesome. All right. Let's get the run started in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Any percent. It's a fun little category. Tarzan Untamed, it's mostly a 3D platformer. Sometimes it has a bit of some 2D elements to it. As you can see, Tarzan, very mobile, does a lot of jumping around. Jumping it's the quickest way to get through each of the levels, as you can see very quickly. And our first enemy here is letting all our baddies know that Tarzan's here. That's a vine. Each of them have varying different effects as you get through each of the levels. Like, for example, here, Wazan's going to be picking up some spears and using them to break the vines open to break free and move from platform to platform. And this right here, as you can see in the cutscene, this is a film reel. And there are a lot of film reels throughout this game. Correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the number is 70? I think it's 70.
The total we have to collect is 45.
Oh, okay. I mean, for any percent, you have to collect 45.
So I was going for there was the gorilla skip, but I did not get it because I need to hit that certain texture on the left side.
Oh yeah. It's harder than it looks. You have to be a lot further left, but it's pretty unclear. A failed attempt can look exactly the same as an attempt that worked out. So, not everybody hits it. I think most of the top threes got it under their belts. It's not always consistent, and this leads me to discuss another component of the game, which is, of course, the animals. We got these baby gorillas. If you rescue 3 of them, you'll have the ability to unlock some bungee jumps, and that allows you to collect more film. It's pretty cool. There's one up. It's not too far to the way. Very easy to grab. Wazan's going to have a whole lot of 1-ups by the time the end of the run is here. And that was a perfectly timed jump there. It's somewhere between 2/3 of the way through the log and 3/4. And my man nailed it right on the first try. It's a tight timing, because if you press too late, you'll just end up hitting the extra jumps. If you press it too early, you'll fall into the abyss below. So there's a bit of a buffer tap timing to get it to work, and he handled it very nicely. Actually, this level is going pretty darn well. Also, gotta love tunnel surfing. It's
Favorite thing to do. It's my favorite thing to do.
And there's almost virtually no consequence to doing it however you want, because it'll basically just auto-guide you to the rope every time. There's a certain number of, hand grabs when you're climbing each of the ceilings. Precise timing required to, not waste too much time, but also not jump too early so as to fall into the abyss. So far, Wazan's got 4 film reels. Doing a pretty good job collecting them. Dodging the animals as well.
Also on that log, you want to be on the outside. You want to be like sideways or up. so you get more distance, so you save time right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes a big difference. These small little like implementations, optimizations that you're seeing here, they add up quickly in a hurry. It's kind of like how Metroid, Samus's arm pumping in Super Metroid can save a lot of time over the course of 30 to 40 minutes. And so these small little optimizations that you're going to see Wazan incorporating throughout the run, you know, it's very cool. It's flashy, and it just adds a lot of flavor to the speedrun in general. So that's the first level done, and he did a pretty good job too. Unfortunately, our friend Turk has decided to fall into the river. We'll get to him later. We got some bungee jumping to do. Uh, Bungee jumping. This first bungee jumping level is pretty easy, fairly straightforward. You just have to go to different sides to dodge all the obstacles, and Wasan got it on the very first try.
As I should. As I should.
Yeah, like any runner, whether you're a beginner or world record holder, professional, should be able to get that on the first try. If you don't, I'd try. I know you would too.
Yep.
Yeah. You
So
know
I'm
what
going
does
back.
make me
So I have
cry?
a route. So I have a route I'm doing right now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Like collecting the
Yep.
films in the first 3. So you go
That's
to the
right.
bungee,
Yep.
and you collect 2 more for these dad gorillas. Which didn't like you at first because they didn't appreciate what you were doing for some reason. They're just being grumpy dads.
Yeah. And then you save their children, and suddenly their song and dance changed entirely. You're just like, okay, all right, I'll throw you to this other platform. So now we got a couple more film reels that we can collect when revisiting this level.
So I collect right here, I jump, and you want to press the A button fast as possible, and the X button, the yell. Oh!
And Tarzan unleashes his iconic yell. Love it every time. And Wazan's going to collect a few more film reels. I believe the number is the last 3. I think you go for 8 here.
No, only 2. Only 2.
Oh, only 2. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I forgot. Yeah,
Because you
Wazan's actually
collected
good
one
at
in
this
the
game.
bungee jump. In the bungee,
Yeah.
you collect 1. So that's like
That's-
basically 8.
That's right. That's right. That's right. You're going to get to see the real deal here. I have also speedrun Disney's Tarzan Untamed, but the difference between me and Wazan is that Wazan is actually good at this game, and I scraped by with something just barely above an hour or so. I'm good enough to explain the game. I'm not good at running it.
Yeah. Not everyone's
so
forte. And it's a rare game to play, because there's only like 7 people that play it.
Yeah. Small crowd, but a very, very dedicated community.
I got the people to come back. I can shout out them right now is Double Double and Pronic, Netherlands,
Yep.
and Germany.
Yeah.
They're from.
Europe's got a strong handle on Disney's Tarzan Untamed speedruns, and they've had runs featured in ESA in the past. Now, before I got too far ahead of myself, when Wazan was revisiting, I was talking about what makes me cry, and it's these levels right here. This is one of my weakest suits, but Wazan's gonna make it look like a piece of cake. So we're surfing in the river. Turk got into trouble. It's great. Just got to dodge some gators, and also grab a few film reels while we're at it.
So I jump right here. So I jump right there to avoid the second log, because you don't want to lose time, because you go base speed.
Yeah.
On what
Very
right
nicely
happened is the frickin' islands like to have a barrier right there, so you want to avoid that at all times.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna right here
transit...
for the sake of this run, I do the safe route. I have tried crazy strategies on this, but I'm just gonna do the safe stuff because
Yeah, definitely a good idea. I mean, there are some of these film reels, like in this level, they sneak up on you really quickly. So you just want to be like, very. Oh wow, that was a really, really crafty one life grab there. That Wazan's got some like extra tricks up his sleeve. Like you'll notice like the difference between good Tarzan Untamed speedrunners and bad ones is just the timings on each of these jumps. And my man is picking the perfect places to jump. It prioritizes speed while still collecting an ideal number of film reels here. And really, really nice lines so far. This has been tight overall. That's another one.
It's a whirlpool right there, but that's okay.
Yeah, Wazan's not going to run into too many of those. That film reel in particular is one of the toughest ones to get. As a beginner, you'll miss it a lot of time. And that one
got
too.
that film. That film is kind of hard sometimes. It's just the wonky physics of this game that like to play. Like normally I would just go really fast, but since you know, I gotta collect them all. gotta do it.
That was really well done. That was a very nice second level.
Only had one
again,
bad hit. Only had one bad hit on the whirlpool. That's basically it.
You chose all the right jumps with the whirlpools, and now we're gonna get to another level that makes me cry, which is
it's a auto-scrolling level.
Yeah. This is every beginner's worst nightmare. Wazan's also gonna make this one look really, really easy. First film reel right there. That one's pretty hard to miss. Much like the regular, exploration levels, Wazan is going to be doing a whole lot of jumping, and it allows you to go faster.
That's what I think. I want to say that. I triple tap A in the air to make it look like I'm going farther. Just because, I'm just testing that theory out for now to see if it actually does save time.
I want to say it's just very slightly faster, and if it's not slightly faster, it does allow you to much more quickly react to things because you're not spending as much time bogged down in the water. So, at the very least, you have the luxury of quicker reaction time. As you can see here, I usually get hit about 3 or 4 times by now.
That's a rare occurrence. I usually get hit by one of them at least. Surprisingly. That's
what I was gonna say, yeah.
It's precise timing. Sometimes you want to do this, boom. I like to do that a lot. Just because it seems faster, because you're going base speed on those logs, because you'll realize how slow you can go on those.
Yes, yeah, no, the logs are slow. If you can avoid them, that's like the best possible, case scenario. Again, the amount of hits that Wazan's going to take here, I don't think it's going to be more than like 3. This one's not too bad. This level, once you kind of, have the feel for jump timings down, it usually ends up being a piece of cake. Wazan's doing a fantastic job here. I think he's only got 1 film reel left to go. This section can be a little tricky at first, but once you know which sides to, cross from, you just kind of get it every time, and that's a full 8. Fantastic third level right there. Really, really well done.
Jump to the left right there to activate the ending of the level faster.
Cutscene a little bit earlier? Yeah, definitely.
You always want to do that. What's coming up next is a boss level, and I can introduce this because it's really easy. So I'll show you right here. This big fat guy wants to hug you to death.
He just wants a hug. I don't see the problem.
And I have to press the corresponding buttons that are inside this text box. There you go.
That was very nicely done. Yeah.
Even though I screwed up by pressing the A button right there, but I used to press B, so just a little nervous, that's all, but I'll make it work.
Every time you go through those boss fights, the order in which you press the inputs will be slightly different every time. So, Wazan is always reacting and adjusting accordingly, and has to do so for the next 2 boss fights, which will come up later. We got some more exploration to do, and a few precise jumps at the beginning. If you jump too early, you'll just kind of take a dip into the pool.
So what's coming up next? I press A, B. I almost died right there, but okay. I was supposed to press the B button in the air to collect the reels, the spheres, but
yeah.
that happens sometimes. Normally I don't miss.
It is moderately precise. I don't think there's a way to skip this cutscene.
There's no way of skipping this. You gotta go to the baby and say, "Whoa, you have to do this."
So yeah, some levels you rescue all the baby gorillas. This is not one of them.
Nope, that's later in the game.
Yep.
So I jump right here
So-
early to get down faster. Well, I think you can
Yep.
get down faster.
That is not an easy jump. I have missed it several times and died. Fairly precise. These jumps are not too bad. Once you get them like a few times, you'll eventually get them every time. A few more jumps. A bit of adjustment to make sure that he doesn't jump too early. Gonna yell. We got a bit of an alternate route to do first. One minor difference is that unlike previous levels, we're going to be purposefully respawning back to where we were before so that we can collect the other film reels, which are on the regular path.
Yeah.
That set of jumps is deceptive. You can jump way too early or way too late and then get desynced and fall into the water that way too. Also, love the voice actors for each of these enemies. You can't outrun a bullet, I believe, is the...
yeah. Can't run
adds,
out a bullet!
it adds a lot of charm to the game, I'll say that much. Another alternate route right here. Get to hear that iconic yell yet again. Zan's going to grab another film reel and then respawn once again. And we're getting to some more tunnel surfing coming up soon. It's a bit tricky at first, just due to the fact that Tarzan, if you you can move way more than you want to move in the tunnel. So it is a bit more precise and it can be just a touch finicky, but Wazan's going to make it look really good. Got a bit of a quick cut fight here. Got to take care of that, and then Wazan's going to ride down the vine to gradually make its way to our tunnel surf section. And, we'll see how that goes. Should be pretty good. Here we go. So again, notice just how easily you can spin around. It is kind of precise. You can overdo it in a way that you just end up spinning and hitting basically everything. Wazan is being very, very deliberate in how much he pushes it around. Now, on this tunnel, you really don't have to care that much as how you push it. These particular revolutions, they're very purposeful. It's in a way that you won't die, and yeah, handled it very nicely. That was good. I love this animation here. That one always makes me laugh every time.
There's something later in the game that makes me laugh. That's coming up pretty soon. Actually, it's
Man Tarzan.
it's on this level. It's on this level, and I'll tell you about it when it's later. It's about a certain hitbox of a certain item that I collect, and you'll figure it out pretty soon.
All right, here we go. I got some more of this. I believe it's water skiing. These jumps are kind of precise, and I generally miss these first two. Wazan did a fantastic job getting the right timing there. Also, some of you would think, oh, hey, I need to ride that ramp. No, you don't. It's actually better if you don't. Bit of some cross jumps here. That is a tough jump, and Wazan handled it very, very well.
Yep, it's a big hitbox. It is a big hitbox. It's like, oh, it's really hard to, like, oh, you're gonna miss it. Like, no. They purposely make some hitboxes bigger so you wouldn't miss it. There's a reason why they do that.
That's true. I bring up one point I do need to discuss. It's like, if you're in the right area, I mean, you can mistime it, but if you're in the right area, as long as you're within range of the film reels, they have a generous room for error, so... it's just sometimes levels like these do move fast, so... need to be ready. This one's fairly easy. If you miss it, I don't know what to tell you. Got a whole lot of jumping, avoid a few snakes. He's going to be crisscrossing paths just to make sure he doesn't take too much damage, because it is easier to take damage on this
Hitboxes!
level.
Aren't they great in this game? Look at that hitbox of that life. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
that's
it
beautiful.
extended all the way down. That makes me smile every single time because this game makes no sense when it comes to hitboxes.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. The hitboxes in this game, sometimes they're very functional, and then other times you question why things worked the way they did. Like, this game is somewhere between being very well built and also having just moments where I don't understand how it couldn't have been better constructed, but again, Tarzan Untamed. Sometimes it's a 3D platformers, other times it turns into a 2.5D platformer.
Yeah.
Once you play it, you'll get to experience what we mean. Anyways, we got some more jungle exploration. Some more yelling to do. And first alternate path going up right here. Pretty hard to miss. Just a few climbs. I don't know if there's really any other way to get by it. Okay. I don't think you have spears at that point. No. Yeah. Okay.
So right here you want to be like left, because sometimes the gorilla like say hello, come towards me, and like the character of Tarzan just goes like right towards it. It's so annoying. Sometimes it can screw you up.
Yeah, or in the worst possible case scenario, you just jump off the ledge again, and
so
then
coming
you lose
up
like
as
5 seconds.
Lily pad skip. Lily pad skip.
Oh
right
yeah.
There.
Yeah, you get to skip one of them, and it saves a few seconds. And it looks pretty cool, too.
Get that reel right there.
Couple of lily pad jumps here, and...
There's an animal right here, so you want to press B? Sometimes that can, they don't like to be consistent sometimes with the animals, the birds especially. Sometimes they've done the same timing. So right here, you go, just way to the left. Avoid that jaguar.
That was a really good fight skip right there. Yeah. It's far, but it's a lot more generous compared to like the gorilla skip in the first level, I will say.
So I hang onto the wall right here because it's apparently faster. I realized recently.
Yeah. It's small things like this that you see just like how much this game has evolved. People like Double and Prenke have really
Sorry for the pronunciation error if we have not pronounced it right. So, if you want...
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
We just want to give you shoutouts because you're the cornerstone of this game.
For sure. That's another film reel on the tunnel surf. It's pretty generous. You'll notice if we want to avoid extra, fight cutscenes, just throw some spears at them.
Yeah. They're just fictional animals. They're not real.
No real animals were harmed in the development of the speedrun.
So what's coming up is lasso skip. Let's see if I can get it. Which I did. There you go.
That was awesome. Very nicely done. Yeah. You have to be at the very edge, and if you're too early to it, you'll just fall off, or you'll take more time to climb up. If you're too late, you'll enter into the cutscene. That is also a tough set of jumps to get. I generally go way too far to the right. It's further left than you think to avoid going off-road and just falling into the drink. And Wazan made it look very natural.
We're towards the end of the level.
Just a slightly precise jump there. Not too bad. There we go. Another level done very well. That's jungle exploration number 3.
Now time for the croc. The croc battle.
So again, similar ball game as the first fight, Mash B. There's going to be extra inputs you have to do at the end of mashing B, and Wazan is going to make it look pretty natural. Very nice. Got it through in less than a third. I believe it can be done in about a quarter or a fifth of the time that you're given.
Yeah, you can press it. I think I've realized something. Sometimes you can get it as soon as it ends without the blue showing up to press the buttons. But sometimes I can miss it, so that's why I just wait until it's blue to press the buttons.
Yeah, for marathon, it's just best to play it safe. You know, when you get to world record level, then you can start trying to go like, you know, task level. And maybe one day, I don't know if there is, but if there isn't, hopefully there will someday be a tool-assisted run for this game because it would be a thing of beauty to watch. You know, the things that Tarzan is capable of pulling off in each of these levels can be just borderline unnatural.
And here you go, and Tarzan's shoulders is stuck in the screen still, and you see his hair. Somehow the developers
yes.
missed that somehow of actually like being out of the screen.
Yes, the beauty of cutscenes. Also, I love that this character says "good show." It's just such a like, it's such a grandparent thing to say. I want to be the first to say that.
I've been
All
enjoying
right, we're
this
in the
run.
caves now.
Oh yeah, at the beginning of levels, I forgot to mention, you can triple tap A and get your things going faster.
That's true. That's
according
true.
to this level, I think it's like only this level. I feel like I tried other levels. It's just particularly this level likes to triple tap A, boom, you just jump faster. You're not running slow.
Yeah, the difference appears to be pretty negligible, like he said before on the other levels. This one, it does make a moderately big difference. Now we've got claptraps. Those are kind of dangerous.
Here's a
We're going to
snake.
use our spear.
Shoot that snake.
That is definitely one that you want to spear, because if you don't, the cutscenes for those snakes takes an insanely long amount of time. I think it's like 15 seconds. It's really obnoxiously lengthy.
So you want to throw a spear at this baby gorilla? So we're collecting the babies in this one for the next
Open the cage
platform.
early, and that way you don't risk falling off when you roll into the gorilla. Sometimes you can roll off stage, and that can be bad. We want to be fast. So yeah, spearing the cage is open. Definitely the way to go. Also bats. They're kind of obnoxious too, mostly because they will slow you down, and sometimes they'll take damage off of you. Couple of jumps there, jump cycles just to get through these surfs a little bit faster.
So there is Baboo Skip right here, but I'm not going to do that because it is completely hard for me to do that.
Yep. And honestly, at this point, the time save, you know, in a marathon run isn't really worth it, and generally, it starts to throw off everything else in terms
cool
of
to
cycles.
It's cool to show. Chronic was the one that found it, so.
Yeah.
And it was like, if there's a precise jumping to it, you have to be on the right side and jump. There's a visual cue, but I tried it a few times, and it's like, no, it seems difficult. Just to swipe it, even at my level.
Yeah. Yeah, it's small things like those. As you know, strats become more and more consistent. There will probably be a day where that skip is regularly implemented, but it's still kind of it's a pipe dream at the moment. Anyways, Wazan is continuing to make his way through the caves. Sometimes it can be really easy to just kind of run into a wall, or you know, just fall off in certain areas because of how dark these levels are.
These mushrooms now, you got to be careful. So you want to be careful.
Definitely.
You want to see. I had to stop there for just a split second because I thought I was going to be too much going to fall off. So yeah, I just paused slightly on my control stick.
That's a case of like you have to jump early, and also you know that kill that Wazan got on the spider looked really easy, but it's actually kind of precise. You have to have the right timing. If you fire it off too early, you'll get trapped by the spool.
The spider will actually avoid it. The spider will avoid it. It'll crawl back in. It's like woo, like I'm ducking.
It can be a pretty big time waster. Wazan made it look very natural. We got another set of spiders to go here. See how that goes.
I avoided it, but I'm too good at this game, so I just avoided that because I'm too fast.
Yeah, actually, yeah, yeah. In that instance, like Wazan was just being so like tenacious that the spider couldn't actually capture Tarzan. So that is another way to get through. Um, it's not for everybody, and it's also, you know, not consistent. You really have to like commit to it. Also, those surf sections right there. It's a bit obnoxious because it's dark and the obstacles that hurt you can sneak up on you really quickly. So,
So right here, when I jump and jump again, oh, I almost fell off. That's okay. I'm fine. Normally that
you
doesn't
were
happen, but I was trying to avoid it. So right here,
what he was going for is he was going for a jump to avoid the bullets, another jump to hit the vines, and in the case before that, he was attempting to destabilize the other shooters. So, um,
well,
again, those
I
sorts
didn't
of
have to shoot.
jumps.
I did not have to actually shoot that shooter. I just have to go past him and just aim to the left and shoot it. I realized that
Okay,
it's the
yeah.
direction you're trying to shoot, but sometimes, well, this let me talk about this level. It's
Oh
not
yeah,
fun.
yeah.
It's not fun.
Okay,
It's you can
so
take
now
any path you want.
we finally have mutual feelings about one of these surfing levels, and yes, this makes both of us cry. You can be on a PB and then get to this level and have everything go wrong. I've had jumps, like two jumps in the exact same place, where I take damage to one of them, and then the other one looked like it was way too aggressive, and you just come out unscathed. This level, its hitboxes and hurtboxes don't make any sense to me, and I'm pretty sure they don't make any sense to Wazan either.
It's janky.
That's how bad
Sometimes
this.
you go underwater too. I'll show you that. I'll actually do it on purpose, since kind of cool to
Oh
do.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
coming
yeah.
up
It is.
soon, but I forget where it is. But
Oh yeah, this area right here. If you jump like at a certain height, you will like be underwater for like 1+ seconds, like 1 to 2. It can be like really
see,
jarring.
as I say, I hit that spot. Watch this. I'm gonna jump right here. Watch this. Gonna jump right here, and you're gonna go in the water. Underwater. There we
I
go.
have never, I have not seen that before. That was a that was so good. That was so cool. Yeah. Wazdan, there's just particular parts of this level where the game devs were like, oh yeah, they'll never see this far down. Um, no. No, you
This part right
can.
here is really wonky, but apparently I made through with that.
I
Right
am
there, pretty much.
shocked. You have made some crazy jumps here and
Right there,
taken
right there.
so
That
little
water spot.
damage. Yeah. Oh, this is this is so shocking to me because I've made some of the same rash decisions, and the difference between the damage that was taken is unbelievable.
You could take
That was
some. You don't want to take a lot. If you get in the red, the snake at the very end of the level could kill you and then just end your run. There's
yep,
snakes at the
yeah,
end that troll you. The developers knew that. If you're like, oh, barely, they take like four. I think it's like if you have like four slivers of like health, and you hit that snake, you're dead. The game says you did not finish that.
yeah, yeah. That's the cruelty of that level. Okay, now you get to see why we spear down all these snakes whenever we can.
Well,
Look
this you
how
can't,
long this animation takes.
and you cannot avoid this. They have tried.
That's why I'm saying. That's why That's why I mentioned like when we can spear those snakes, we do it. Because also that section right there really deceptive. I tend to forget that that path exists and go way too far to the right side.
So there's an enemy coming up,
Um,
which you'll hear him from like right here.
oh yeah, this one.
There you
You
go.
have
And
to
avoid
have
it.
a jump. Yeah,
Right
there
this way.
two spears fired off very quickly. One of them for the hunter, and then the other for the baby. And it's a quick succession. Done well, it saves a lot of time.
And you want to be sure on these vines, you want to be above a certain height because you want to get up there. You don't want to like almost fall down.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Emphasis usually ends up being at the higher part of the vine. There are a few
Oh,
cases like this
right
one coming
here,
up
you want
here.
to swing at the very last part because it gives you the
Yeah.
most distance. Because if you do it early, you just fall to your death. You just
Yep.
fall.
Yeah,
There's
those
eternal
those are the
darkness.
ones you want to delay the jumps. Everything else is like pretty forgiving in terms of how like you jump it. You know, usually emphasis is on slightly earlier jumps. Those two are delayed, and that's annoying as always. Bit of some vine climbing, a few patches, and I believe, yeah, Wazan's been doing some fantastic job with spear management here. Sometimes I run far too low because I got too trigger happy with spear throwing, but Wazan's been just playing this out perfectly.
Make sure
So
you want to get that wall too, because sometimes it's hard to grab it. Right here, you want to
yeah,
be careful. See, there's a empty void right there. You want to jump early, but not too early.
there
Sometimes
are
you can
so many
overshoot it.
beginner players. Yeah,
You
there are
can
so many
overshoot
beginner
that.
players who will just not see that there is like a void there and just fall to their death. I've done it many times as a person who speedruns this game. I still do it every now and then. It is one of the dumbest jumps, and
Oh yeah,
I don't
you
like
can
it.
overshoot it. You can overshoot it actually. I've done it where like I jump too far. Like I jump the latest time possible. So there is a certain timing to it. It's not that bad.
Yeah,
So you want to
yeah,
shoot the snake, but it's gonna well, you shoot it, so you kill it. So
yep.
there's a spider around this corner. Boom, boom, boom,
I
boom.
always
So
forget about
you
that
wanna do
spider.
this. Boom, boom again. Get that. That's
Yeah, though that was a really nicely done segment right there. I tend to lose a lot of time there, and Wazam was just ready with the spears immediately. A few more
so
precise jumps,
so
and
what we're gonna do
we're
here.
out
We're
of
gonna do
here.
that. We're gonna pause, quit the level. It's faster.
Yep. As soon as that number shifts up to 3, you can leave. It just
So
counts it, and you have now we have a moderately challenging bungee jump.
it's the hardest one in the game. It's the hardest one in the game. But for speedrunners,
Um,
it shouldn't be that hard.
well, we'll find out.
And you can
First
exit out of and
try.
gotta exit it out as soon as you get the film reel.
Very nicely done. Yeah. Once you learn it, it's pretty easy to get a first try. I will say, when I was first learning the game, it took me about 15 minutes to learn that like bungee jump properly. It's a bit of a
Yeah.
challenge. This level is made nice and short, so the second run through, you just get to the first set of baboons, and well, the run is almost over. Actually, we've got one more boss coming up. Wasan's been putting on a very nice showing. You know, a couple of blips here and there, but he handled it very nicely. We got to see.
So what I'm gonna do right here is jump and then yell. The baboos. You can get shot by the guy over there, which is faster because you can do. They can interrupt your if you're into your yell just enough long enough. The baboons will realize you like said something, and then they'll get to you after you get
Yep.
hit, and then you can just move around, make sure you don't get hit by the thing again, to lose too much
Yep.
time.
All right, folks. We have one more boss fight. Similar ball game as the previous two, only there are more buttons to press, and we have to do it in 3 rounds. So we're just gonna get through those last 3, and timing will be when the final set of commands is done. So we got the first of 3.
There you go. Here
Very
we
good.
go. The big fat guy down for the count. Here's the villain, main villain of the game. I always forget his name.
As do I. I don't remember his name either. You'd think he put up a bit more of a fight, but you know, just after this exchange, it's down for the
There you go.
count. We got one more set of inputs to go, so as soon as he's done with that last time, it'll be time.
I'm surprised that it's under 39 minutes so far, which is
Yeah,
like
yeah. This was a really good run. So here we go. Let's see. One more set to go. We're coming up and time.
And right
Well
now,
done.
I beat the current world record holder in this casual playlist, casual run
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah. Very nice run. That was a good showing. And that was just off of one attempt. There were a couple of minor hiccups here, but Wazan for the most part showed off all the essentials for what makes an 80% run really fun to see.
yeah.
Again, there were a few areas that were just a bit off the mark, but it was just a bunch of small stuff here and there, filtered everywhere. But yeah,
It was just a bit of
Disney's.
nervousness, just a little bit of nervousness. Doing it. It's just because I'm just trying to multitask. I've been doing that, so it's a very good learning experience. Very good.
Yeah, yeah. Wazan is, been playing this game a long time. He's had it since he was a kid, so I recommend it at one point or another. Like, ever consider trying to speedrun something like this? And he ended up taking my advice, and he's come such a long way in this category. It's amazing to see the progress he's made.
And for this game, it only took me 4 weeks to get world record. For like a couple weeks to get world record in this game. Like two, I think it was like 2 weeks. I got world record, and then 2 weeks after that, I got sub 38 on this game, which is first in its
Mm-hmm.
history. First in its
Mm-hmm.
history, which
It's a
just
big
felt
deal.
amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, shout outs to Wazan. This is a fun run. For those of you who are reviewing each of the run submissions, if you wanted to see another live attempt of this run, Wazan will be doing an exhibition run of Disney's Tarzan Untamed 80% at another marathon that I'm running called Wisco Kart Invite. We have a speedrun marathon section that'll be running on Saturday. I believe that day is going to be October 26th. Yes, it'll be on October 26th in the afternoon. And I'll be on my Twitch channel, glass_SSB. Um, so you can see what that speedrun looks like in a live setting with a few other people watching. Um, Other than that, I don't think we have too much else to say. Wazan, do
Yeah.
you have anything else?
Uh, I would like to thank Glass for commentating this run with me called commentating. It made it so much easier to go through this with a little bit of nervousness calm down since I have someone talking with me. So it's just a good overall learning experience to understand how to commentate and speedrun at the same time. And
My
I
pleasure,
appreciate
man. Yeah, yeah. And as you do it more and more and more, it gets to be more and more fun. It's the joy of speedrunning. So, yeah, once again, for the folks who are looking at each of the video submissions for speedruns at Awesome Games Done Quick 2025, we thank you for your consideration. We appreciate your time. We hope you enjoy continuing to watch the rest of the submissions that are left to go. That's all from us. Thank you.
and thank you so much for watching.